If you feel like your prayers don't seem to reach the ceiling, that your dreams are paralyzed, and that God's promises seem distant, perhaps what you're missing is an understanding of an ancient, powerful, and often neglected principle. Fasting. Are you ready to discover the secret that can change your story? Welcome to the Sacred Master channel. Subscribe now so you don't miss any transformative revelations. Today, we're going to explore together the secret key to fasting, the missing link between promise and fulfillment, between cry and response. Have you ever wondered why some people experience miracles while others, even when they pray fervently, remain stuck? What separates those who unlock blocked blessings from those who only dream of them? Fasting is not just a religious practice. It is a spiritual language that touches the heart of God. Jesus taught us about fasting not as an option, but as a lifestyle. When you fast, he said, not if you fast. There is a difference between someone who fasts as an empty ritual and someone who fasts as a living surrender, a surrender that breaks invisible chains. Imagine your spirit as a flame. Life, worries, sin and fear like a strong wind try to extinguish this flame. Fasting is the hand that protects the light, that rekindles the dormant fire and restores the brightness to what was about to die. Do you feel that your spiritual light is dim? Then perhaps it is time to use the key that will open doors that have long been locked. Throughout biblical history, we see powerful examples. Esther called for a national fast and saved her people. Daniel sought understanding and, through fasting, the heavens opened and the angel brought the answer. Jesus, before beginning his ministry, fasted for 40 days and left full of power and authority. How many answers are locked away, waiting only for your action? Are you willing to sacrifice your flesh to strengthen your spirit? What kind of victories would you avoid if you understood the real power of fasting? Now imagine your life unlocked. Imagine seeing the hand of God acting with force, tearing down invisible walls and restoring forgotten dreams. This is possible. And the first step is to understand that fasting is not a bargain with God, but aligning your heart with his heart. The big question is, are you ready to go through this journey? As we move forward, we will unveil the mysteries that make fasting the most potent weapon against blocked blessings. Stay with me, for the revelation your spirit craves is about to be released. To understand the depth of this secret key, we must first see fasting not as deprivation, but as strengthening. Have you ever thought that many times we are so full of the world that there is no room for God to act? Fasting is an act of emptying. When you say no to your body, you are saying yes to the Spirit. Each meal foregone, each desire conquered, is a silent cry that echoes in the spiritual world. I depend on you, Lord. But be careful, fasting is alive. It demands purpose. Fasting just for the sake of fasting is futile. Each fast must have a direction: repentance, seeking, breaking chains, crying out for answers. When you fast with pure intention, you become a blazing arrow piercing the darkness. Do you feel like your prayers are cold? Are your words barely touching the sky? Perhaps it is time to allow fasting to be the fire that warms your faith and fuels your petitions. Would you be willing to sacrifice temporary comfort to receive eternal glory? Think of Jehoshaphat. When enemies surrounded Judah, he did not run to human alliances. He proclaimed a fast for all the people, and God responded in a supernatural way. Can you imagine the invisible wars that would be won if you got down on your knees today and poured out your soul before the Almighty? Many carry promises, but few are willing to pay the price of renunciation. The secret key is simple but powerful. Less of you, more of God. And in the process, every chain is broken, every barrier falls, and every blockage is dispelled. Now pause, close your eyes, ask yourself, what areas of my life are blocked? What am I willing to give up to unlock them? If you are feeling the Spirit of God speaking to you, share in the comments. Your experience could be the spark that will ignite the faith of another brother or sister. There is one more secret. Fasting is also a weapon of spiritual warfare. It weakens the adversary because it places us in a position of total dependence on God. When you fast, you hide under the wings of the Almighty and become invisible to the most furious attacks. Do you want to be found in the hiding place of the Almighty? And what's more, fasting purifies. Just as silver is refined by fire, our soul is purified by renunciation. Everything that does not glorify God begins to be burned, removed, purified. I invite you now to reflect. What impurities does God want to remove from my life? Am I willing to go through the fire of purification? Comment below. Share this video with someone who needs this message. And remember, it is through surrender that heaven opens. The key is in your hands. May God bless your journey.